as a case study. Okay? Let us take few countries as a case study. Now, I want you to follow me to the journey to educate your brain. Ndị Fulani ji gwọ ji. Nigeria alaga anyị n'iyi. Because what I saw today on social media is very shameful. People don't understand what is government in exile, the importance of government in exile, and why it has become imperative for the Biafra government in exile to be activated in full. It is shame, very, very big shame. So let us go there. I want to take you to countries of the world, especially from the European, from the West, so that you will understand why Biafra has activated their government in exile. Let me tell you, when a government in exile is activated, the freedom, the independence is close. I am telling you, this particular Biafra government in exile should have been activated long time ago, but the evil people that were surrounded our leader, so they have but now the time, maybe God knows that the time has come. So let us go there. I want you to look at this. Let us go back like this, and you are going to see Polish. Let us take Polish as a case study today. The first case study is going to be Poland. Poland. Do you know that Poland, you see today, had the Polish government in exile? Are you aware of that? Are you aware? We are going to read the Polish government in exile. When Poland was invaded and they lost their sovereignty to Germany, Soviet Union, they declared the Polish government in exile. So let us go there. Now, the Polish government in exile, officially known as the government of to all these illiterates in Nigeria who don't go to school, who their educational system is dead, who they will spend 4 years in a university and they will only go to school 1 year. The rest 3 years will go to strike. ASU did not pay them. ASU paid them. Government did not pay ASU. ASU pay government. Government water ASU. ASU water government. It is story upon story. As I'm talking to you now, Nigeria students are on strike. The teachers and the lecturers are on strike. How would you know? How would you be educated to know what is government in exile and the importance of government in exile, the implication of government in exile, and you know nothing? This is one of the reasons all of us are putting everything on the table to make sure Nigeria, we are going to break away from Nigeria next year. It is never going to be, even if Nigeria let them bring all the military into the whole world, it is either Biafra or everybody perishes there. I'm telling you the fact. How can you be a student? You are shouting Obi, you are shouting Atiku, you are shouting like this stupid man in the Ebonyi State called Umai, shouting APC. All these people will be laughing at you. They will be laughing at Simon Ekpa. Oh, hey, coward, come to Nigeria now. Come to Nigeria now. The government in exile, come in far away abroad. Ha, look at coward. Because the country, Nigeria itself, is have finished your brain. So let us go and educate them. So the Polish government in exile, officially known as the government of the Republic of Poland in exile. Did you hear that? Even Poland had government in exile. Was the government in exile of Poland formed in the aftermath of the invasion of Poland of September 1939? As far back as 1939, you were already having government in exile. Ndi Tiboribo didn't even know. All this teaching in your school, I don't know whether you do government. You know, in those days they say they do government, you want to do government, you choose subject. All this carrying file and you don't know government in exile. That is why if you go to United Kingdom as a professor from Nigeria, they subject you to aptitude test because your professorship is fake. Just like this P2B running mate. He have his own private university. They call it the base university or something. Where Atiku ex-wife is a board member. Corruption. Let us read Abege, the Shoji. And the subsequent occupation of Poland by Germany and the Union, which brought to an end the Second Polish Republic. The occupation of Germany and the Soviet Union brought to an end the Second Polish Republic. So when the Polish Republic ended, it means that the government is no more a government. What did they do? They ran away. They ran away from Poland, and they went out of Poland, and they formed government in exile. So let us read. Despite the occupation of Poland by hostile powers, the government in exile exerted influence in Poland during World War II. Now, I want you to understand that the reason why it has become very imperative for us to activate the Biafra government in exile is because we control Biafra territory today. Now you know. We control Biafra territory. I want you to understand the reason why we insisted on the sit at home. I want you, because in fact, I want to give you people expo today. I want to give you expo. There are some things I don't want to say yet. But let me tell you that we have templates to get Biafra. We have templates. So when they tell you, what is your roadmap? We have the roadmap. And let me tell you one of the most important roadmap. One of the most important roadmap of the autopilot IPOB under leadership of NNAMDI KANU to get Biafra is to unite every genuine agitating group. We have done that. Another roadmap of how to get Biafra, because there are things I will not tell you. But let me just give you some few examples. Another roadmap, asking you, is to bring what these different groups have done. Bring it together. Harmonize it. Push it there. Let me stop here. Because it is called brain game. Okay? Because IPOB cannot do everything by themselves. So there is something they are good. There are something they have other people don't have. There are something other people have that this one don't have. You see the brain there. So everybody is fighting for the same thing. So what do? Bring them together. Harmonize it. So, like I said, there are things I don't want to say. So now let me tell you. The reason why, because we have focus and our eyes is on the ball. So the reason why we insisted on sit-at-home civil disobedience is to make sure we establish the fact that we control Biafra. Are you getting the point? So one step, the most important step, is that the government of Biafra in exile control the territory of Biafra. Very, very important. Or at least control a very significant part of the Biafra territory. And we have proven that. And we continue to prove it through our civil disobedience sit-at-home order. So when we are telling you something, you listen and follow us. So when you see that we started, supporting this particular civil disobedience, sit-at-home, promoting it, I told you that what we are trying to do is that we are training you for something that is to come. And because the reason why I want to make this thing a little bit open is for those who still think that we are joking. Because it is too late now. It is late for this thing not to work out. It is late for you to fight against Biafra rising up and getting independent next day. I am telling you the fact. So if we had, if we had exposed the reason why you must, adhere to this sit-at-home, the government will do everything like they have been doing. They fought it. They say you are destroying Southeast. They say economy is dying. They say government is this. They say government is that. Oh, stop sit-at-home. You know why they are fighting the sit-at-home. The reason why they are fighting sit-at-home is not because of the economy. They never care for you. It's not because you are dying. They never care for you. These people don't like you. If they like you, they would build a hospital. If Peter Obi like you, Peter Obi will not put money in his bank and let it multiply. Peter Obi would have used Anambra money to build a hospital for you. Peter Obi will use Anambra money to build schools for you. Peter Obi will use Anambra money to build infrastructure that will look after your welfare and your well-being. Peter Obi will not put money in the bank to multiply. And the same thing is applicable to everybody. And today, Peter Obi is coming out to tell you the reason you are going to vote him as a Nigeria president is because he used the money meant for the development of Anambra to support his own banking business. And because of your brain is not working, you buy that idea. So let me tell you, my people, for us to activate this Biafra government in exile, and for the government in exile to be recognized somehow, to have, to be recognized internationally, to go into diplomatic move, into treaties, you must have a considerable control over the territory of Biafra. Do you see it? So now, the government in exile being activated from 2 days ago, and we are now in one platform, means that the government in exile controls the Biafra territory. We will call sit at home, they're going to sit at home. We will call for something, it's going to happen. We will come to have something, is going to happen. That is what I am showing you now, because what you don't know is bigger than you. Ogodoman, thank you very much. Boza, boza. Very, very soon. Will come out soon. Thank you very much. Because the level of damage in the brain of these people in Nigeria, is so frightening that sometimes we go overboard. We go outside the line to do something that we don't want to do. But I believe that it has become. This is what I'm doing now is not going to pose any. So, but I just want to use this to tell you that the time has come. The government in exile on its own don't have, if we begin to talk about it that, okay, government in exile, for government in exile, do you have influence over Biafra territory? No. Do you have influence over Biafra? No. So now, because of the alliances, we are now one. We have now united. So the influence we, the autopilot and IPOB, have in Biafra land, the Biafra government in exile now have the same control and the same influence. Thereby, giving the legitimacy for this particular government in exile. So what we are looking at now is to make sure that we set all the arms of the government as it should be, and by next year, bah, we are there. We are not scared of anybody when it comes to this Biafra struggle and the Biafra freedom. Believe me, not even the only person I will be afraid of is God in heaven and myself. As far as this my freedom and the freedom of my people is concerned, I am not scared of anybody. I am saying it today. So in fact, if I can say anything I want to say, and I am not looking at anybody. If you think that what I'm doing is wrong, come and go to Nigeria and leave. So there is nothing as good as get yourself educated, know your right, do the right thing, follow the norms and the way other people have followed it to get your freedom. You don't fight freedom as an illiterate. You don't come and start joining and be on social media as an illiterate. That's why they take all of you for granted for many years. NNAMDI KANU suffer, everything he do, all of you bring him down. You see, it doesn't take time, Biafra will come. I will tell you that some of this country even had the government in exile for just 1 year before they got their independence. So let us go to Polish. So what am I saying? What I'm saying is that according to the history of Poland, despite the occupation of Poland by hostile power, just like the hostile power occupied Biafra land today, just like the military, Fulani terrorist military occupy Biafra land today, despite the occupation of Poland by hostile power. So in other words, you can say, despite the occupation of Biafra by hostile power, the government in exile exerted considerable military, considerable influence in Poland during the World War II. So despite the military siege in Biafra land, we, the Biafra people, and now the Biafra government in exile, control and exerted and continue to exert considerable influence in Biafra land. That is to show you that we are in total control, and the people, they have the trust, they trust us. Though the structure of the Polish underground state and its military arms, the army, Krajowa Home Army Resistance, abroad, under the authority of the government in exile, Polish military unit that had escaped the occupation fought under their own commanders as part of allied forces in Europe, Africa, and the Middle East. Do you get the message? So for the government of Biafra in exile to, have the influence to bring Biafra's freedom, they need to have influence. They need to control Biafra territory. And today, the government in exile, Biafra government in exile, is controlling it through the IPOB autopilot activities. Now, after the war, as the Polish territory came under the control of the communist Polish People's Republic, the government in exile remained in existence. Are you listening? They remain in existence, though largely unrecognized and without effective power. Of course, you don't need them to be recognized, because it is of no use when the Polish territory is no longer under control of anybody. Only after the end of the communist rule in Poland did the government in exile formally pass on its responsibilities to the new government of the Third Polish Republic in December 1990. Do you understand it? So it was in 1990 that the Polish government in exile that was created in 1930 to the people in Poland. The government in exile was based in France during 1939 and 1940. Polish government in exile was based in France, in Paris, and then in Angers. From 1940, following the fall of France, the government moved to London. The government of Poland in exile moved to London in 1940. It remained in the United Kingdom until its dissolution in 1990. So by the time we get Biafra next year, we are going to dissolve the government in exile. So I want people to understand this. Now, let us go to another country. Let us go to another country. This is going to a country called Estonia. Estonia is in the Scandinavia, a country very close to Finland. Don Ezeku, thank you very much for your super chat. We appreciate it. Now, Estonia. When these idiotic people in Nigeria are mocking us, they are declaring Biafra government in exile in another man country, blah, blah, blah. And this is why Oyibo, white people, and the Westerners will always regard you people as monkeys. How can somebody be talking like this and you cannot even make a research? What we have done has become necessary because as it is today, we control the entire Biafra territory because Biafra are hungry for freedom. They want to leave Nigeria. Even monkey is very, is more smart than some of you. Monkey is very smart. Because monkey, you are going to give monkey your cup to drink water. So monkey knows that this cup is very nice. But to collect that cup will become a problem because monkey like the cup. Monkey will take the cup after drinking the water and begin to climb the tree so that you can never collect the cup again. That is brain. That is brain. Some of you, monkey is more, brainy than you. So let us go into the Estonia. The Estonian government in exile. Did you see that? Did you see also that Estonia had its government in exile? The Estonia government in exile was the formally declared government authority of the Republic of Estonia in exile, existing from 1944 until the re-establishment of Estonian sovereignty over Estonia territory in 1991-1992. I want you to understand that since 1944, Estonia declared its government in exile only to come back and gain its independence again between 1991 and 1992. How many years? It traced its legitimacy through constitutional secession to the last Estonian government in power prior to the Soviet Union invasion of 1940. During its existence, it was the internationally recognized government of Estonia. Because, somebody is saying, Simon, don't give up. You people don't even. The reason why I'm doing this exposition is, is just for those who you know, because of the, you don't blame them. They don't have the opportunity to research, and they don't have the opportunity, they didn't go to school or something like that. So that is why it is very important that I did this. Okay. But left for those all those idiots. I don't care, because they are not speaking for Biafra people. Okay, we are convinced and we are well pleased with 99.9% of Biafra people back home. So who are social media? Who are the people shouting Obi on social media? They are ghosts. We don't regard them. The people that matters to us are those back home, because these are the people we are fighting for. And so far so good. We are pleased with them, because they have adhered to the the things we are putting on ground. They have adhered to our advices. They have adhered to our orders. They have adhered to how we are, agitating for this our freedom. That is exactly, we are happy. And so I don't care, and I don't think anybody should care about the people shouting Obi and Obi and Obi. So the reason why I'm doing this is that for those who may be ignorantly, and because they don't have the opportunity to get themselves educated, at least to know why we are taking certain decisions that may be very hard. And why that particular decision we are taking and may be hard on you is the price and the sacrifice you will make for Biafra to come next year. So we have been able to prove to the world that we control the entire, not just considerable part of Biafra, sovereign part of Biafra. No, we have been able to prove to the world that we control the entire Biafra. And by so doing, the government of Biafra in exile, the legitimacy is being given to them by the people of Biafra themselves. Do you get the point now? So, do you want me to take you on a journey to another government in exile? Because there are many. And whenever you see that a country has government in exile, you know that they, activated, you know that the freedom is close.